Hi everybody. So this video is to hopefully help you understand subjective judging, and especially as it relates to Irish dance. In sports, we often just have like a clear, this is how you win the game and this is how you lose the game, right? It's very easy to see. In Irish dance, especially to the untrained eye, if you are kind of new to things, or if you're a parent sitting in the audience and people kind of look the same and you have a different viewpoint, it's hard to understand how you are being ranked. I am a judge, so I have a perspective that I'm going to just kind of share here, and I wanted to kind of break it down into a way that you would understand that it's not really about being judged for your talent per se, but it's a snapshot of your skills. Even dancers that I judge, sometimes I have favorites, but I'm assessing the amount of skills and the amount and the level of skills. And sometimes, even though I'm a fan of somebody, I can't make them the winner because I've created like a rubric, or like I'm judging you against the other dancers, and if they have certain things, they're the winner, even if I enjoyed your performance the most. And even though I can sometimes tell there's a dancer that is going to make it really far, they are the naturally talented one. You just have to collect the skills. So hopefully what this is gonna just show you is to take all of this competition as just a way to grow your skills, and don't take it to heart that you are in any way untalented or lacking, or it's nothing to do with you and who you are. It's just about being assessed for skills. So let's look at a panel of judges. When you are a champion, you have somewhere between 3 to 5 or more, depending on the competition, of judges, right? So as you can see, judge number 1 has these colors they like, okay? And this would be like, okay, I love, let's say yellow stands for attack. I love when a dancer really attacks and is sharp. So 2 of these judges love attack, right? They came from different stylistic heritages. So that's another aspect. Why is it subjective judging? Irish dance came from these little remote parts of the world, and each had a style. So keeping that diversity of an understanding of the art form is part of the judging. So it's like, it's good to have a dancer or a judge that loves extension and grace, and another that loves attack, and another that loves rhythm. So that's just keeping the dance form more diverse, and it's kind of part of the heritage. So if you look at these judges, they all have a blue. They all love blue, they all love green. So you could kind of say, hey, when you get to the champ level, stamina and athleticism, those are just kind of par for the course. All these judges are looking for that athleticism, maybe some of the foot placement things. You could kind of say, all right, everybody, I have to have a green and a blue. My skills, I need a green and a blue for these guys to pay attention. Depending on what you've got, I mean, here's a judge that likes lavender. They're gonna seek out that dancer that has that, specific little thing. It'll draw them to it. They're not really a fan of orange. There's some, red. So you kind of get the picture. Everybody has, like, there's a standard that most people are gonna say, yeah, that's my champ. It's somebody that has this and this. But then every judge is so different. Some people are willing to forgive a little bit of turnout if you've got really pointy toes, or because they just love it. Or some people are gonna say, okay, yeah, you gotta point your toes, but you gotta be really good with your rhythm. So just understand that the judge is coming from a specific background, okay? And they're focused on your skills. This is not an assessment of your full potential for all of time, and it's a snapshot. So now we get to dancers. So if you kind of can see, each dancer is going to have different skills, especially if we went to an Oireachtas or a regional championships and you're judging champions, there's going to be a little bit more diverse range. So you can see dancer 3, oh, they've got a lot going on. They've got the turnout, they've got the feet, they've got the posture, they've got whatever it is, they've got all the colors. So the odds of having these people kind of rank you high will be good for this person, right? This dancer is missing 2 basics that all 5 judges want. They do not have blue or green. They still are a good dancer and they've got nice things, but these people have already sat down and set their mind to, okay, my dancer in the top is going to have this, this, this. So not enough skills collected yet. Doesn't mean this dancer can't get there, but they need to work on it, right? This dancer all the way over here, you can see they've got almost exactly what Judge 5 wants, right? They might get a high score from this person. It's like perfection, exact. They'll be drawn to them, but they're missing yellow, so they might get dropped from these 2. So, and then you've got all your random scores, and it sometimes doesn't make sense, right? This judge placed me last. This judge put me in the top 3. It's because they're seeing different things. They're looking for specifics, and they also are getting snapshots. You might do a giant jump in front of someone and they didn't see it. So having all your skills strong throughout and presenting them throughout your dance is the best strategy, okay? Don't let somebody see your weakest moment and then fly away from them and never visit them again on stage, right? Present your best at all times. And then, so you kind of get the picture. Like, this person's probably going to rank the lowest because they're missing what everybody wants. This person has what people want, a green and a blue, but they are kind of missing that extra, right? And they're going to be ranked a little bit lower than this guy because this guy only has 5 skills and this guy has a little bit more. So you get the picture, right? So you're just trying to collect your skills as you develop your dancing. If you are making a mistake or you are off time, then it's sad, but it just is how it is. I will have to put a big dropping of a score on you, okay? So it also depends, like, you know, if you are a world champion and that little bit of a mistake is just a split second and I miss it, that could happen. Or I might forgive just the smallest moment if you are somebody like this. If you are somebody like this and you are off time, even though you have skills, it's like you're just gonna be put at the bottom. So you have to be honest when you are competing. Even if you are a dancer with lots of skills, if you are off time, you will be put at the bottom. So just be honest with yourself when you're competing. And then just thinking of yourself, what level are you right now, okay? And really try to watch your competition and look at them as people that you are building your art form, and you watch them to understand what skills are they very good at, you know, what are some of the aspects of their dancing that are very strong, and can I grow mine so that when someone is comparing us, I have what they have, and if not more, right? So as a beginner, most people are kind of in the same boat. And let's say you had all of a sudden a green and you're going to stand out in the beginner group, right? The beginners, it's like, okay, do the steps right, keep the arms in. It's kind of more the basics, and you have one judge. So that one judge is looking for basics. And if you have more than basics, like if this was our beginner with 3 skills popping up in front of that judge, you're going to rise to the top of the group, okay? Novice, it's going to be the same. Most of the people you're competing against are going to have, you know, kind of a similar level of skill. They're going to be getting better at some of the footwork, foot placement, athleticism is increasing, but everyone's going to have a flaw and everyone is going to have a strength, and it's about making sure your strengths are diverse and many, and your weaknesses are not highlighted and not like extra, right? Like being off time. And so prelim champ is probably the most frustrating because most people are going to look the same. That's the weirdest part about prelim and even championship. when you get to the top. If you are prelim, let's say most of you are going to be looking like this. And then to get to that next level, it's like, okay, we got one more skill than the rest of the group. We had extension, plus attack, plus great rhythm, plus complicated steps. Like just working on all of the parts. And then you're going to get to open. And then you're in open, you got to go to the next level. So it's just, I want you to start thinking about when you're being judged, it's not somebody looking at you and going, are you good? Are you bad? No, it's, are you a dancer with the skills I'm looking for? And if not, I'm putting you at the bottom, right? So when you are a prelim, start collecting more skills, work on your weaknesses. If you are going for that world championship qualifying, understand that yeah, an arm movement can take you out of that qualifying spot, because that's a, you know, skill that everyone has sat down and said, okay. So just kind of being honest with yourself. Hopefully this helps to start thinking of what a judge likes and dislikes, and kind of like the diversity of that all, you know. So anyway, hope that helps.